You know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen,
Order, Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
All right, that was the contentious congressional hearing moment that was heard around the world earlier this month between Representatives Jasmine Crockett and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Joining us now in the studio is Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine, thanks for being with us.
Good to have you here.
I should say.
Absolutely.
So first, we have to ask your reaction to President Trump's conviction on those 34 felony counts. I know you were at court at one point.
Yeah, no, it was actually a good day for America. It's a sad day for America, but for the rule of law. You know, this is an administration, and the MAGA movement in general has challenged the rule of law and consistently said that it's nothing but weaponization. We know now that there were 12 jurors of his peers that decided that even though he was a former president, he could still be held accountable. And that's a good day in America. It's a sad day because he still is the presidential nominee for the Republican Party, which I don't really know what our world is coming to when we have someone who has 34 counts of felony indictments that he's been found guilty of, and they could still end up in the White House.
All right, something else that everybody is talking about, that confrontation, if we can get back to that.
Yeah.
So it went viral.
Yeah.
T-shirts, hip-hop song, gospel song, your comments there. Do you regret anything you said, or was it just a moment where you said, you know what, okay, I've had enough?
No, here's the deal. Number one, I did have enough. I do want to be clear about that. But I also wanted to make sure that Comer would think about what is it going to look like to conduct hearings going forward. Marjorie has been off the chain bad since we got there. She's brought nude photos to committee. She has sat there in the State of the Union yelling at the president. She has called her colleagues on her side of the aisle worse than what she called me. And so the question is, what are we going to be? And you're the person that needs to make that decision. Now, you know, I decided to do it in a very creative way, but I wanted to make a point, and I think that I made that point to the chairman. I don't think that Marjorie will ever learn her lesson, though.
Have you seen or spoken to her?
I have not seen her. She actually did not show up to committee after that. So we had committee that following Tuesday. She did not come, and I hadn't seen her on the floor.
Do you think this speaks to a bigger problem on Capitol Hill and really the discourse in our country at this point?
Absolutely. I think it does, you know, and I do want to point back. I know that this is the one that went viral, but we know that McCarthy, who was speaker at the time, almost got into a physical altercation with a colleague of his. We also know that there was almost the physical altercation over on the Senate side. But at the core of everything that we see, there's always someone from the MAGA brand that is initiating this. And what we need to decide is this who we want to be? And in my opinion, if you are sitting in this country, you should say, no, that's not what I want. What I want is people that go to D.C. and take it seriously, that we have invested our votes in them, and we believe that they are going to come up with policies that are going to better our lives. And we demand that they do that. And if they want to go and play games and act like politicians that are going to, I don't know, WWE, then maybe we will elect new people.
I know you've said we need to move on from this moment and go higher, but your campaign is capitalizing on this moment.
We are. Listen, here's the deal.
How do you square that?
So I don't know that I've ever said that we need to go higher. What I know that I've done is
we need to be better than this moment.
We absolutely need to be better than this moment. But this is one way that we're going to start, because unfortunately, money is required in politics. And right now, I am committed to making sure that we don't have a circus in the House anymore. We need to make sure that Hakeem Jeffries becomes the Speaker of the House. That starts by getting money into our coffers. The money that's being raised, unlike Trump, I'm not using it for legal fees. I'm not using it to protect me as an individual. I'm using it to make sure that we protect democracy, to make sure that we push forward, we make sure that people feel safe in this country, to make sure that people have the jobs that they need, to make sure that they have the economy that they deserve. So I absolutely think that Marjorie, while she wanted to mean this for bad, God meant it for good, and we're going to make this money and we're going to flip this house.
One quick ask for you, since we've got you here. What do you think President Biden needs to do to pull ahead in this polling? It's pretty tight between him and Trump.
Listen, I know that everybody, especially in the media, we love the polls. I get it, right? But if we relied on polls, and if polls knew what they were talking about, we would have had Hillary Clinton as a president. I just want to remind people that Hillary was ahead in the polls.
What can Biden do to win?
He absolutely needs to just talk about what he's done. And he needs to talk about it in a way that's tangible, not saying we passed the infrastructure law, but saying, listen, to your community, we brought $80 million. That $80 million brought this amount of jobs. And with those jobs, we know that now you have a better economy. This is how we got here. Talking about the child tax credit, making sure that people know when you got $400 extra a month under the child tax credit, that was because of the Biden-Harris administration. Making sure that they know if you had that six-figure student loan debt that actually has been relieved, that was the Biden-Harris administration. They haven't really been singing their praises from the rooftops, and so we've got to make sure that they start doing that.
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, thank you very much, and please come
Absolutely.
back, promise.
Absolutely.
All right,
Good to
thank
have
you.
you
We
here.
appreciate it.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.